everybody, and welcome to the Black Cherub YouTube channel. My name is Cherub. I am an intuitive reader and guide for creatives, lovers, and deep feelers on their healing journey. I create timeless readings for anyone experiencing heartbreak, purpose, or spiritual growth. So if that sounds like you, then welcome to the reading. So I would like to preface this video by saying my stomach will be growling very loudly. And I would also like to say that we are doing something not really different, but we are going to be tapping into a new sort of series on my channel and just a different way of me providing clarity to you guys. So in the past, I feel like I haven't really had a lot of structure as far as how my uploads and everything go. Like, I overwhelm myself, I burn out, I do too much, and ultimately it just doesn't end up working out because it's not sustainable. So what's going to be happening now is I am making an effort to be more effective in how I connect with everyone here on this wonderful channel of mine. We are going to be doing one long video, like today's video, a week. If I feel like I have the energy to do two, I'll provide that. But what we are going to be focusing on in these long videos are our connections with others. So we are talking about soulmates, we are talking about karmics, twin flames, just soul contracts that you have with other people, with other things in this lifetime. And that is what is going to be just the content of our nice juicy long videos from now on. And I am going to be focusing more on working with light workers, creatives, lovers, just people who are very empathetic and people who are, like I said in the beginning, just on their journey to their purpose and going through some spiritual growth. So that's what we'll be focusing on in like shorter form content, like I don't know, like the shorts and the community page, because I want to offer value to you guys. And I don't know if you guys have noticed or not just yet, but at the time that I am posting this, I am going to start asking you guys how you're feeling or what it is that you're going through, so that I can provide more resources for you to to help with those emotions and to help with what you're experiencing. So yeah, just very chill but very honest start to the video. I just wanted to let y'all know what my mindset is right now before we get started. But today we are going to be focusing on who your soulmate is. So that could be romantic or platonic. Typically, I know most people are interested in romance, so that is what I'm going to be focusing on, but I do open the floor for platonic soulmate connections to come through, as long as the messages are of a high vibration. And yeah. So we have our pile number 1, our pile number 2, and our pile number 3 as always, and I will see you guys in your readings. Bye. Hello to all of my lovely pile number 1s. So today we are asking, who is your soulmate? I really hope that you guys watched the intro in the beginning. It was basically just me explaining that this is going to be kind of the new direction we're going in with the channel. I'm going to be tapping more into, soulmate connections and soul contracts that we have in this lifetime. So I am going to try to focus more on romance, but in the beginning of the video, like I said, I do open the floor to platonic relationships, or maybe like there's a specific job that you're meant to have, or a specific step in your life purpose that you're meant to take. Everything is a partnership, everything is connection, but we are going to be focusing on high vibrational energy only. But yeah. So that being said, we are asking, who is your soulmate today? And I don't know, y'all. It's not really anything in particular, like what you need to know for sure, like 100%. This is just the most relevant energy that we have right now about who this soulmate is. So I don't know if you already know this person or not, or if you're already in connection with them and you were just curious about whether or not this was really your soulmate, but hopefully this reading is going to give you the clarity that you need. So the first thing that I noticed about your reading, pile number 1, there's so much blue. There is so much freaking blue here, and you can look up color associations if you feel like you would like to, but when I see the color blue, I immediately think of somebody who is self-reflective. I think of somebody who may they might experience a lot of intense emotions or like melancholies. So this is somebody who could potentially have dealt with depression at some point in time, somebody who has dealt with a lot of sadness at some point, but it feels more like there's a calmness to it, and there's a sense of like there's a strong sense of identity. So that's why I was so stuck on the self-reflection thing, because this person, this soulmate of yours, really seems to know who they are, or they take the time to focus in on who they are. They take the time to know themselves and to understand themselves. Maybe they spend a lot of time alone. I'm hearing they spend a lot of time looking at a watch, or they spend like a lot of time thinking, like reflecting about their entire life, like the past experiences, the past choices, like everything they've done up to this point. They spend a lot of their like they look at what they do with their time. Basically, they spend a lot of time in isolation, self-isolation, and it's so that they can have a deeper understanding of who they are and their emotions and what they've been through in life. They're trying to decode the lessons that they've learned and their experiences. But that's just what I'm getting off of that color blue, and just like what I'm feeling, because this is a cold read that I'm doing right now. And that's basically just when you pull out the cards and you don't look at them, you just go in. At least over here on my channel it is. So it's a lot of blue, and it's like a lot of dark colors, which is another reason I wanted to say, like, maybe this person has dealt with like a lot of feelings of like intense sadness or intense loneliness at some point, or maybe they've been very drained. Excuse me, very drained at some point in their life, because it's so much, it's like a mature kind of darkness. Like this is the kind of energy you get when this is somebody who has gone to therapy, or they've gone to counseling on and off throughout their life. Maybe it's worked for them, maybe it hasn't, but they keep trying to give it a chance, like they keep giving it a shot. This is the energy of somebody who is like accustomed to their loneliness, or they're accustomed to like negative energy bothering them, you know? And I don't want to make it sound like this person is defeated. It just feels like they're functional, like they're okay with this at this point in time. And I feel like they utilize the negative energy to the best of their ability. I usually start with the tarot, but I feel like I need to start over here right now. So you got, one of the first things you guys got was the Trickster card. And what's really catching my attention right now is the Trickster and the Advocate. So Trickster, obviously, this is somebody who, you know, they're not always going to tell you the truth. They're a little bit manipulative with what they're doing. But the light attribute of this card is somebody who, they just don't have very predictable behavior. They do things that aren't necessarily considered normal. For some of y'all, this soulmate might be an artist of some kind, or an entertainer of some kind. They could be fairly popular, actually. They could be really popular, but it's like it gives very much tortured artist. Like nobody understands your soulmate, really. Nobody really knows who they are. Like you could look into their eyes and not really see them there. Yeah, because there's like a level of disassociation. And I'm sorry if this sounds like negative. Like if you feel like this does not resonate for you, or you don't like it, then you feel free to not watch the video. But it's like, yes, there's like a level of disassociation. Like people don't truly understand or grasp the depth of your person. Your person has a lot of depth to them. And I feel like the experiences they've had in the past, they utilize that in their art. So maybe that's part of the reason why they're so, like I said, they're so functional with it, because they have an outlet, a way to like get it out of them without it totally consuming them. So they work with the negativity rather than just eliminating it completely out of their lives. You have the Advocate here, and that was something that that caught my eye. Like this Advocate energy, this is someone who inspires you to put compassion into action. The negative side of it is embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. I do not see that in this card at all today. This is like your person is an advocate for something, and it brings them so much joy. Like this is the one thing in their life that truly does make them happy. So whether that's speaking up for mental health, maybe that's speaking against, you know, things like racism, or speaking against just negative things that are anti-human being. That's something that your person really, that's their real therapy, is what I'm hearing. Like when they're speaking up against the things that they have experienced in life, those negative experiences, that's like what really heals their heart and what really pushes them to keep going forward. They have a cause, they have a purpose that they are very deeply connected and tied to. And I'm getting the image of like a boat. What do you call it? Like when a boat is like tied to the dock, like I can see it, like it's bobbing on the water, but it's tied very closely to the dock, like it's not going to float away. I think speaking up against those negative things is what keeps your person from getting lost in their own emotions and getting lost in their own depth. Yeah, basically it's like, if sadness was a river, I know that probably sounds corny, but if sadness was a river, your person is a boat, and staying, like speaking up against it is what keeps them from floating and getting lost in the river. Moving forward, there's also this vampire card here. So the light attribute of the vampire card makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. The shadow aspect, depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. So I do feel like this is like your person experiences both of these energies. I feel like your person, your soulmate, is the kind to like, they'll give advice, but they won't take advice. You know, like they'll tell somebody like, hey, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you deserve to be treated with love and kindness, but they don't extend that same kind of grace and patience to themselves. So I don't think it's something that they complain about necessarily. Like, I don't get that your person is draining. It's more like they try to encourage others not to go through what they're going through. They try to encourage other people not to experience these same experiences, to take control over their lives. Yeah. So moving on a little bit, let's move on into your tarot. It's a lot of wand energy. So I'm seeing it's a lot of wand energy and sword energy. So fire and air, action and thought, and major arcana as well. So you have a very driven person. Your soulmate is very driven. Give me a second, y'all, while I'm trying to understand what I'm hearing right now. Sometimes they come off as lost. Okay, your person is like they're very like, I feel like maybe they talk very softly, or they talk really calm and quietly. Like I feel like I can't even enunciate or really speak the way that I would normally speak on these videos. Like your person feels very quiet and soft spoken. They feel complete, if that makes sense. Like they're not looking for any, I know like the word codependency came up in this reading, but your person is not codependent on other people. Other people try to be codependent on your person. And I feel like, yeah, maybe you have like a very attractive person, or your person attracts needy people, and it's like there has to be that level of distance, there has to be that level of disassociation, because your person does not want to take advantage of other people needing them, because they're very much aware of the effect and the power that they have over other people, that they could have over other people. They're very influential in whatever it is they do. And I also feel like they wear a lot of black, like dark colors, protective colors. But yeah, other people can be codependent on your person and draining to your person. So that's why they have to have that level of like disassociating from things that are going on around them, because if they don't, then I feel like it could turn into a situation where they accidentally manipulate or take advantage of other people, or it turns into a situation where your person is being drained. Like a lot of relationships in your person's life could become toxic if they didn't have healthy boundaries. So they have to have that. That's very important to them. It's part of their structure, is what I'm hearing. So it's the way that we haven't even really tapped into the cards just yet. But it's like they are not the type to argue. they are not the type to fight. It's like other people fight over them. All this stuff is happening around your person, and they're just sitting in the middle, like like the image that I'm getting is like, I don't want to be disrespectful with what I'm seeing, but I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm seeing, and maybe if it's genuinely a real thing, y'all can let me know. I'm seeing an image of someone in the Buddha pose, like cross-legged, hands in that specific motion. I'm not gonna do it, but the hands are in like that circular motion, and they're sitting in the middle of like this ring of fire on the grass, and their eyes are closed and they're smiling like they're fine. All this stuff is happening around them, but it's not directly affecting them. So I don't know if that's like a real picture or a real image, but I see it so clearly. It's like a Buddha statue or like a Buddha pose. So that's the kind of energy your person has. Very patient, very kind. I'm hearing like they're very endearing. I was gonna say they're very loving, but no, like the word was they're very endearing. Like they're charming. Something about them is like, I don't know, they have like this, it reminds me of like those kind of cookies that are like very subtly sweet, like a shortbread cookie. It's not too sweet, it's not too soft. It's like, it's the kind of thing you can keep eating and then you don't realize you just ate the whole pack of cookies. That's the kind of energy that your person has. It's like you get addicted to them without even realizing you're getting addicted to them. I'm trying to move forward, you guys. But they are very much the kind of person, they just might go along to get along. They do not fight with people. They do not argue back with people. That's not their thing. Yeah, no, it's like a no fighting zone around them, but they are very driven. And I feel like if you ask them a question and you ask them directly, they will be honest with you, and the way that they're honest with you might hurt your feelings. We'll get into that a little bit deeper before we close out, because we have to close out soon. So very driven person. I feel like they have an understanding of what their purpose is, or they have an understanding of what they're meant to do in their life. And so that is something that they pursue. And whenever they have like that strong feeling, that strong gut intuitive feeling to do something, and they actually go through with it, it's like they see results almost immediately. So very much an amazing manifester as well. But your person sees almost instant results whenever they really put their mind to something. I feel like sometimes that can translate into them. Sometimes that translates into them having like control issues. Like that can also become negative. It's like, I hear a specific song, like y'all know that old song, like I've got the world on a string or something. It's something like that. Like they have the world in the palm of their hands. Like they can control and puppeteer so much. They might be in a really high position of power, but they can do so much with what they have. And sometimes that makes them not want to do anything at all, because they don't want to cause harm or bring harm to anybody. They don't want to hurt anybody. So I feel like sometimes your person is afraid of their own power. Or no, scratch that, I take it back. They're not afraid of their power. They're wise about how they use it, because they know what they can do. Very wise about how they're using their resources. But yeah. Yeah, and I feel like something else, sometimes, and this will be the last thing, but sometimes your person will be asked for a favor, or they'll be asked for information, or they'll be asked for attention, and they will say no, and this is the reason why, and they're gonna do it in a very like, it's gonna come off like really, really mean and cutthroat, and like dang, like there's no way to get around this. Like they really told me no. And the reason that they do this is because they don't want to exercise too much control over other people. They don't want people to be codependent on them. They don't want people to be codependent on them. I feel like we need to get another message here. Like there's something else here, but we really got to stop. And I just wanted to say, so if you guys want any kind of clarifiers on anything, please let me know down in the comment section. I will do my best to get those to you within like a timely manner. But these readings are timeless. If you enjoyed the reading, you guys can let me know down in the comment section. Leave me like a blue heart to let me know that that was your pile, and then I'll know what you're talking about. So we can do that. And if you guys are interested in a personal reading or just like a reading to bring some clarity on what we just talked about, then readings are always available on my Etsy shop. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile number twos. Today we are asking, who is your soulmate? Now, I really hope that you guys watched the intro in the beginning of the video to let you know some context about what's going on today. So this is the direction that we're going to be taking some of our longer form videos, and from now on I'm going to be asking about soul connections, soul partnerships, soul contracts. Today we are focusing more on the romantic because I know that's what most people are interested in, but soulmate can literally be like a dog, it can be a pet, you know, it can be a friend, it can be whatever. So if that is specifically what you are curious about, then the floor is absolutely open for high vibrational energy in relation to those kinds of relationships as well. So don't feel like just because I'm focusing on romance, that means that this reading is exclusively about romance, because the floor is open. So yeah, we can go ahead and just hop into your reading today. And I am doing a cold read, and that's basically just when I pull the cards and I don't take the time to look at them. I pull them and I record. So that's what's going on. But pile number two, who is your soulmate? The first thing I noticed about your pile is that the archetype cards, the oracle cards that we got over here, they kind of read like a story almost. It kind of reads like somebody's life journey. So the first card that you got was God. And I'll read the light and the attribute. So light attribute, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Shadow attribute, despotism, cruelty, using power to control people. The next card that you got was the saboteur. This could highlight your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life, or it could induce self-destruction or self-destructive behaviors, or the desire to undermine others. And the last card you got was the liberator. So this is someone who will free themselves and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, or they may impose their own tyranny or tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. So to me, what that looks like is it really does read like a soul journey for somebody. Like they were in the, what would you call it? They were in the 5D, I guess. They were in the spiritual realm, whatever you want to call it. And they had, I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to describe this without sounding like a crazy person. So I don't know if you guys believe this, but this is what I believe personally. When you come down to earth and you are put into this physical 3D form, there are already people, places, jobs, connections, lessons, everything that goes on in your life. These are all things that you previously agreed upon. These are things that you said, okay, I'm going to go through this in order to get to this, or in order to learn this. And I'm going to interact with this person at this point in my life, and we're going to meet here, you know? I think that all of this is already predetermined. And I really strongly believe in a quote from the Matrix when Neo was talking to the Oracle, and his question to her was, you already know what I'm gonna do, so, you know, like, what's the point of all this if you already know the answer to what my next move is? And her response to him was, you already know the decision that you're gonna make. You're here to understand why you made that decision. That's just the attitude that I take with life. Just, we already know, or we've already decided what we're going to do when we get here. The purpose of life is to understand why we're doing that, or why we're going through this and that, so that we can get to, you know, whatever level of enlightenment that we need to get to. It's not a foolproof theory. It's just what I believe. Okay. So that is what your person reminds me of, that just somebody who was in the spiritual realm and they had all this power and they had all this understanding, maybe in a previous life or in a past life. If you believe in reincarnation, this was somebody who might have been a king, or they might have been very, very powerful, and they might have been in a high position of authority. They might have been somebody who had a lot of control or dominion over certain things. And so now that they're in this lifetime, it's like they've forgotten that power. It's like they are afraid to tap into it again. It's like they are constantly going through things in life where they have to fight against this paralyzing fear to just be who they are or do the things that they truly want to do. And so they go in between, back and forth, destructive behaviors and empowering themselves. And in the end, they are going to be able to tap into that energy of, overcoming the destructive habits, overcoming the negative energy, overcoming the karma, in order to raise the vibration of not only themselves, but of the people around them. Because remember, they had a position of power. They were, they had other people who were looking up to them. So that's the kind of vibe I get from your soulmate. If you're looking at me like, girl, what? Then I am sorry. If it doesn't resonate, baby, that's okay. You can look at another video. You don't even have to watch my video. It's okay. But that's what I'm getting. It gives me soul journey. So with that being said, I feel like we can kind of move right directly into your tarot cards. It is being pointed out to me, like, some of the things that I'm seeing, like the visuals on the cards, could be visuals that your person has aesthetically, which I did open the floor for that. I just didn't get the same feeling in pile number 1. So pile number 2, your person might be someone who has like a darker complexion, or they could be somebody who's very, why am I hearing intrinsic male? What does that even mean? Somebody look that up for me, because what does intrinsic male mean? Like, they give me masculine face. So whether or not they are like biologically female or whatever the case may be, they have like very chiseled, strong features. Like, they look androgynous, if not more masculine. So somebody who's kind of powerful, but it feels like they're more powerful as far as like their face goes. Their body kind of gives me, it's like the feminine energy is in their body. So it's like, it's actually kind of an interesting balance, because it would mean that like all of their masculine energy, all of this power, it's in their mind, like it's a mental thing. But as far as like their physical form, it's like they've been put into this softer kind of body on purpose. And I feel like that was to learn both balance and humility. And not that there's anything wrong with their body, however it looks, but it's just like, it's about balance. So maybe the form that they're in this lifetime is totally, completely different from the form that they were in previously. Like, say in a past life, they were really, really muscular and big and bulky and tall. In this lifetime, they might still have like that really handsome and attractive face, but their body is like kind of short and stout and cute, So like totally different vibe. But I do get that their body is a little bit like softer. Like, it's not really, really muscular. It's a little bit more like on the, like, we'll say on the thicker side. A little bit on the thicker side, but not in like a, I don't know. Like, it's soft. It's just something about it is just soft. But their face is very like model-esque, very angular and just sharp. So that's interesting. But moving on, let's move into your tarot. So, who is your soulmate, pile number 2? This might have been someone who you had a previous relationship. Like, so maybe you already know who this person is. Maybe you already met them. Somebody who had to walk away from you at one point in life, but it kind of felt like they never really left your side. So if you feel this person's presence every now and again, or you get like those random phantom feelings, like, I can even give you an example. Like, for me, I know that I connect with my future spouse's like higher vibrational energy a lot. And when I do that, like, I can feel what's going on, which I know probably sounds crazy, but like, I'm just being honest with you. Energy is real. So maybe you get like a phantom feeling from this person, or maybe you'll like hear their name throughout the day, or you'll hear like a phantom kind of call of your name. Like, you'll get some kind of indication that you're not really alone, and it's this person's energy specifically. Like, you can tell it's this person's energy. It's very specific. And I keep hearing intristic. What is intristic? Hey, Siri. Hold on, I gotta know. Siri, what does intristic mean? Don't disrespect me on camera. Hey, Siri. What does intristic mean? Intristic. I give up. I hate my Siri and it hates me too. Y'all are probably looking at like, girl, please continue the video. I do that every time. Anyway. So, your person. I just keep hearing intristic male. Please go look that up. Yeah, but this is somebody who you guys were definitely together in a past life and you have some type of karma between the two of you that needs to be balanced out. This person might have walked away from you trying to pursue something else. And that kind of gives me, it's kind of evident in the whole reading that this person walked away from you, or they had to walk away from something that brought them emotional joy and they never got over that feeling. And it's something that they keep going back to. So also, I wanted to say that this person, y'all, for example, may have broke up, but they keep texting you like every couple of months. It's like they're never really gone. And for some of you guys, you have absolutely no idea why this person did what they did. They didn't explain. Maybe they ghosted. Maybe they just I don't know, maybe they kept a lot of secrets, or they were really, really private about who they were. They were private about their life, private about what they were doing. If this is somebody who you don't know yet, then this is the energy that they just have in general. Just they've had to walk away from things that brought them, I feel like in this context, it's things that brought them joy. It's things that they felt an emotional attachment to, and now they're just moving forward. They're like moving away from it in order to pursue something else. For me, it kind of feels like they move away from those emotional things, those emotional attachments, in order to pursue things that would be better done in the dark, if that makes sense. It's like they don't want you to know, or they don't want other people to know, because they don't want other people to worry about them. Even though for some of you guys, I do feel like the behaviors that your person has engaged in throughout their lifetime, some of it is worth being concerned about, because it's like, are you okay? You know, and I'm not trying to be negative when I do these readings, but we have to understand, just like we all go through things, our soulmates are going through things. So if you are coming to this reading trying to get the picture perfect, dreamy archetype of a person, like fairy tale book kind of person, I hate to tell you that that's not gonna happen. Please go watch another reading, because I'm not trying to be negative. My goal is to tell you what you need to know. And whether you like it or not, your soulmate is going to be a 100% real human being, and they're going to have gone through things before they connect with you, because that's literally what life is about. So yeah, your person may have hid some things from people in the past, or been like a little bit more secretive about what they've gone through. I don't feel like this is something that they're open to talking about, because they're still trying to figure it out themselves, really and truly. They're still trying to figure out, like, what exactly about it, like, what exactly am I missing? What am I not doing right? I feel like they know they're getting closer and closer to the answer, but they still haven't quite got it just yet to understand, okay, well, what exactly is it that I'm doing wrong? There's a lot about your person's, like, life purpose and their path that's been hidden from them on purpose. And it's so that they can achieve, it's so they can overcome lessons. It's so they can overcome karma. It's giving, like, they have a certain lesson that they need to learn. And so it's like, you can't have access to anything else until you understand this one lesson. And so it's like everything they're doing, everything they're discovering about themselves, every time they have an accomplishment, it's like a little inch further, a little inch further. They don't have like big leaps and bounds to understanding themselves or understanding what their true purpose is in life. So this is someone who they may not have exactly known what they wanted to do when they were a kid, or they don't exactly know what they want to do with their life per se. Like, they may have a general idea, but they don't know, like, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a lawyer. They don't know things like that just yet. Or they had a hard time discovering what they wanted to do as they were growing up. And I feel like there's something significant about the number 17. Maybe something important happened to them when they were the age of 17. Yeah, so moving forward, because we got to move forward, this is somebody who, like I said, they are making a lot of progress on their journey. So that is the joy in it, and they know that they're doing that. So we can now, I feel like that joy and that excitement and that happiness. So it's like they know that they can only take one step at a time, but the fact that they're moving at all brings them so much positivity, and it brings them so much happiness, because it's like, okay, I just got to be patient, I just got to keep moving forward, and I just got to take my lessons, and you know, I just got to keep going, I got to keep pursuing it, you know. So that's really good. So they're making a lot of progress in what it is that they're doing. They do not have the kind of spirit of somebody who gives up easily, not at all. And I feel like whenever they meet resistance, it's different from how they used to handle things. So whenever they meet some type of opposition, or whenever they meet an energy that is not necessarily in their favor, before maybe they would have argued with it, or maybe they would have fell back into those self-destructive patterns. But now it's like, no, like if I'm having this much trouble with this, then that means that it's not for me. That means that I need to let it go, or I need to reevaluate the situation. I need to maybe improve a skill, or I need to think about this a different way. I need to pursue this with a different mindset, or I need to look at this with a different mindset. I'm not gonna just, you know, jump into negativity anymore. So yeah, pile 2, that is what I have for you today. Won't y'all leave me like a pretty green heart in the comment section if this resonated for you. If you want any kind of clarity or further understanding on this, I will do my absolute best to give that value to you guys. But if you feel like you want to get just a little bit more of a personalized version of it, I do have readings available on my Etsy shop always. Yeah, so looking forward to the future readings, and yeah. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile number 3s. So I really do hope that you guys watched the intro of the video today. It was basically just me explaining that for our longer form content videos, aka these long readings that I do here, I'm going to try to upload 1 or 2 of those every week from now on. And in these videos, I will specifically be focusing on soulmate connections, and that does not necessarily always have to mean romance. That is what we're focusing on as far as like my intention goes, but the floor is open to any kind of high vibrational soul contract that you may have. So that could be with a friend, coworker. It could even be with like a job, a place, like a location, physically just a situation that you may experience. The point is to talk about something that your soul is meant to encounter, and to give you clarity on that situation. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that. My throat is a little hoarse at this point because I have been reading for maybe like an hour now, and I have not had a sip of water, so forgive me for that. But we are going to do your reading. Y'all's pile is very interesting. I was going to do a cold read for you guys, but I couldn't do it because at first it felt like kind of felt like I wasn't really tapping into the energy of another, like of a person, like a physical soulmate. It felt more like this is a situation that you're meant to go through in your life. It felt like a lot of people were dealing with that, but I switched over the way I was reading it. So now I'm going to do that, go ahead and do the tarot first. And that's when I was actually able to like tap into what's going on with the situation. So pile 3, your person is not very talkative. Your person is, I wouldn't even necessarily say it's because they're private. I would say your person is giving the vibe of they don't believe in love and soulmates right now. And I know that's probably not what you guys wanted to hear. I know a lot of people look at these readings and they're looking to hear like all that lovey-dovey fairy tale stuff, which I like that too. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not who I am as a reader. As your reader, I am here to give you understanding and clarity. I'm here to give you the truth that you need to hear, even if it's not really what you want to hear. And if that's not something that you would like or something that you enjoy, then I'm not your reader. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, y'all. So also, that being said, remember, general reading. So if something really does not resonate for you, that is more than okay, y'all. Just let it go. And if it does resonate for you, then baby, let me know, and we can keep pursuing this awareness and this knowledge together. So yeah, But your person, pile number 3, does not give me the vibe of somebody who believes in soulmates right now. It gives me energy like they have gone through some type of traumatic experience where their heart was so broken that they just don't even, like, they don't even mess with love and romance or like deep personal emotional attachments or connections anymore. It's like, it reminds me of a video I saw. I've been looking into astrology a lot lately, and so I just saw a video talking about Aquarians and how a common theme in the life of an Aquarius is that when they're young, they'll be so loving and open and curious and inviting, because they're just very open. And then as they get older, they all go through like this one experience where somebody breaks their heart so badly that it just completely changes them. That's the vibe that I get from this, even though the death card, I do believe, technically is like Scorpio energy. So it has like the vibe of your person has gone through something where, you know, maybe they were emotionally drained, or maybe they have gone through like a recent, maybe somebody passed away that was very close to them. I'm hearing that as well. Like there was a death in the family. Trigger warning, by the way, I'm so sorry. Like something has happened to them that has their heart and their emotions closed off to other people, and it's like they were not like this before. So if you were to encounter your soulmate right this second, say you knew them before, the way that they were when you first knew them compared to how they are now, it's two totally different people. Like they're total opposites, because this has been a complete change for your person. And I want you to know they're not meant to be this way. Like this experience was not supposed to harden their heart the way that it has. The way that they're coping and dealing with this emotional situation is not what is best for them right now. I feel like they are just so hurt and torn over what has happened in the past that they would ignore like a feeling or a pull or a desire to you, whether like they would just ignore it because they don't feel safe, they don't feel content, they don't feel confident, they don't feel strong enough to handle what would happen if things went bad again, or if they lost you in some kind of way. Like they feel like they cannot handle this, they cannot go through this again. It was like a really traumatic emotional situation. I'm gonna see if we can pull another card and get like a little bit more understanding on that. Like, I do see the Hermit kind of came out, not on purpose, but I saw him. So isolation. Your person's not honest about how they feel with anybody, and I don't think it's because they're lying to other people. It's like, like I've been hearing Frank Ocean songs all day, but it's like, do y'all know the Frank Ocean song "In My Room"? That's what it sounds like. And I don't know the lyrics to that song. I promise you I don't. Even though I love Frank Ocean, I don't know the words to that song. But I know like the vibe that it gives, the instrumental of it at least, is very like isolated, and it's just alone. It's just like a loner type of energy. And feeling like, I would assume that the song is about feeling safe in your room, feeling safe in your own energy. But what is going on here? Like, can I just get like one more detail on what happens? We can clarify a little more for pile number 3. I said 1, but that's okay. I said 1, but that's okay. So, okay, now I'm thinking of another song. So, this could be, but well, let me tell y'all the song first before I get into this, because I don't want to confuse anybody. So there is another song. It's called "Can You Remember the Rain?" And I don't mean the one by New Edition. That's "Can You Stand the Rain?" That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, can you remember the rain? And it's a song specifically about this person who they basically grew up with their first love. Like they were kids together, they went through adolescence together, they just went through life together, and at some point in the connection they ended up having to separate, and the person, the singer in the song, is basically saying like, you left me and now I have to go through life like alone. I have to go through life by myself from now on. Like, don't you remember the rain? Don't you remember what it was like when we were together? Like, please think about it. Please say you remember it. You know, it's a gorgeous song. It's sad though. So it's like, I don't know if it was like a family member. It could be that for some people. So gotta remember, general reading. Could have been a family member. Could have been like another connection that they had, because we do have multiple soulmates, but just because we have a soul connection with someone doesn't mean they're meant to be in our lives forever. So it could have been another soulmate. It could have been a karmic, could have been an ex-spouse type of situation, like maybe they got divorced or something like that. They just experienced some kind of loss. And so I see it as a situation where they had a plan, they had an idea, they thought things were gonna go a certain way. Like, they had this relationship, or they had this connection, they had this thing in their hands that they've had for a very long time. Maybe it was a connection that they've had since they were like very, very young. It's been at least 5 years is what I'm hearing. Like, they've had it for at least 5 years, this situation, and they protected it, they loved it, they cared for it as best as they could. But something happened all of a sudden where it's like it dropped. Like, I'm seeing like glass shattering, like a vase shattering to the ground. Like, they had to drop it for some kind of reason. And it's like, you know, you can't pick it up. If you try to pick it up, you're going to end up hurting yourself. So it's like, what do you do at this point? Where do you go? And, you know, because we're all alive and we're adults here, we have to pay bills and we have to live. We have to make sure that we're protecting ourselves and taking care of ourselves, because we have to do these things and we have these responsibilities. It's like, even though those broken pieces are there, like I still have to keep living. So now it's like, I'm constantly looking at like this broken vase, like this broken thing that I really, really cared about, and it's destroyed and there's nothing I can do about it, but I'm being forced to keep living as if everything is normal and the vase is not there, like the mess is not there. So that's the kind of energy it gives me. It's like, I don't know. It's like I want to fix it. I want to clean it, but I know I can't touch it. Or I know, I know I can't touch it. I can't fix it. It's broken. Like, there's nothing I can do, but I still want to. I still have that desire to fix it, but I know that I won't be able to. And it's a feeling of defeat. And like I said, like a longing, it's a longing kind of energy. And so it's important that you know, like, this was not supposed to be the end of the road for your person. Like, this is not how they are supposed to be going about things. So it's like they are actively fighting against anything that would prove them wrong. Like, they are fighting against soulmate connections right now. They are fighting against their life purpose. They do not want to be bothered with it, and they are instead choosing to, they're trying to protect themselves by not entering that kind of emotional connection or that emotional attachment again. They're trying to be satisfied with what they have because they feel like nothing is ever going to replace what I lost. And so I'm just going to engage with my friends. I'm going to do the things that I want to do. And I'm just going to focus on the connections and the relationships that I already have. And I'm just going to try to be happy by myself. And it's like, whenever somebody tries to like tell them that, you know, you don't have to live like that or you don't have to do that, they get really cold. They can get really mean. They can get really condescending. They get really icy. They may just like not talk to somebody for a couple of days or a couple of hours because it's like they're traumatized. They've gone through something serious, very severe. And they might argue a lot. They might argue down a lot that they're happy with what they have right now, but they're not living to their fullest potential. I don't like this. We don't get a positive message. I don't like this. So Spirit, Spirit, I am so sorry to this person, but can we please get a positive message, an uplifting message for pile number 3, because I don't want to end the reading off this way. Because it's like, I'm looking at your oracle cards, but it's like, I know I pulled them out, but it's like there's nothing to be said. Your person has to learn how to overcome what they've gone through. And it's just that. Like, they're doing a disservice to themselves by not... It's like the way... Okay. They think that if they live their life a certain way, if they live like this and block off any type of connection or, you know, anything that would make them feel vulnerable, they think that they're going to be able to be happy and sustain a lifestyle like this. That's the story that they're telling themselves, and that's not true. So they don't understand right now that they don't understand that they are basically blocking themselves off from their ultimate joy, their ultimate happiness. And they have to overcome that. Okay? So it's like, and from their perspective, it's like their joy was stolen. Like thief in the night then. Thief in the night. Like their joy was stolen, or something that was important to them was stolen, and they're never going to get it back again. They're never going to get something with that same value. They don't know that you're there just yet. Because it's like... And I feel like if they did know that you were there, they would be scared of you. Because they're scared to open their heart. Can we get... Let's get something positive for pile number 3. I'm not going to leave them hanging like this. Okay. Have to remember your power. Your person just has to remember their power. Anything else? Yeah, you guys. I'm sorry, y'all. But this is the kind of thing where it's like your person might take a minute. Your person might take a minute because they need to heal. They need to work on themselves. I want to say the best thing you can do for your person right now, if you don't already know them, the best thing you can do is pray for them and send them positive energy. If you do know them, if you do know this person already, it feels like the best thing you can do is show them that you care. Show them that you are concerned for them. And I don't mean in an overbearing way, because you don't want to force yourself into their lives and into their private, like, personal space. You don't want to force them, but it's like it could be as simple as like getting them some food and being like, hey, you know, I'm just trying to make sure that, you know, you ate today, or, you know, I was on this side of town and I got some food, so I thought about you. I thought I would bring you some food. Or, you know, hey, I'm going to this park because I'm just gonna have a picnic, or I'm gonna go for like a little bit of a run or a walk just to, like, you know, be out in nature. You know, I'll send you a picture, or send them a picture and let them know that you're thinking about them. Something like that. Or ask them to come out with you if they want to. Something like that. I'm hearing just show them that you care. Show that you have concern for them. And if you are able to do that, then they are going to open up to you naturally in their own time. But you can't force them to do it. Because if you force them, then they're going to get defensive and they're going to hurt your feelings. Not because they're actually mad at you, but because they are traumatized and they're vulnerable. And they don't understand that they're living in the hurt that they're trying to avoid right now. We could get deeper messages on this for sure. Like maybe next week we can get a little bit deeper into this. Pile number 3. But yeah, you have to show, if you can, try to show them that there are other options out there and there's other ways to enjoy life right now. But don't push it. Don't force it though. It's nothing to force. But that's all I have for you guys. I'm sorry that that one was a little bit more on the serious side, but you know, I tell y'all the truth. That's how y'all know I'm trying to tell y'all the truth, because dang. But yeah, if you guys did find clarity in that reading, or you feel like you want a little bit more, let me know. Y'all can comment. What can we comment? Comment me like a rose, if not just your straight up question, in the comments section, and I'll try to give you all the best clarity that I can. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next reading, and I truly do hope that y'all have an amazing rest of your week. Okay, bye. Love you guys.